Okay.
All right, so we are starting off the discussion. We have the dot-com bubble historical case is what we were assigned, and we are supposed to travel back in time for our friend George and try to knock some sense into him, try to help him not put all his money down the drain, but also without giving away that we know that this company is going to go bankrupt. So the iPlan framework that I came up with, identify key objectives and issues. So the first one, what problems do we need to solve? George plans, this is what I came up with. George plans to invest all of his savings and some borrowed money in the .com company Webvan. Now, procure the essential information. What things do we know for sure? What presumptions do we need to test? What important things are entirely unknown? And I pulled questions from the first bulletin of each one. It says, or what I said was, we can't prove that Webvan will go bankrupt because that would give it away that, oh, we time traveled. But we can help George understand more fully what to look for before investing in something. That he needs to double check his resources. There's always a possibility that George could have missed something important. There's always something that somehow gets missed. It's like, for example, when you get ready to go on a trip, and there's always one thing you
are missing.
Yeah, you're on the trip, you're headed, like, traveling in the car or whatever, and then you realize when you're far away, oh, I left this. So in a way that kind of relates to it, because if it was something important, but at the same time you could probably get an extra item, like, let's say a toothbrush. You forgot a toothbrush. Anyway, so yes. The point is, always double check your work, even triple check it, because you never know what you might have missed the first one or two times. And then the layout the analysis part. How did the current problems begin? What did the people involved initially want to accomplish? My response was, most people begin their research on companies with a little hope. More than likely, George was one of those people that had hope. And that hope becomes strong enough that it blinds our
the hope.
Yes. So
the hope. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like that faith.
The hope for what you basically, he has hope that this company will go far.
Yes, yes.
That he's investing in a good one, or he will invest in a good one. So that hope that it's going to be okay, it's going to be a good investment.
That's cool, and things like that.
Mm-hmm. So that hope becomes strong enough to blind our common sense of reason. And then for the adopt a provisional course of action, what actions should be taken? What is the right sequence of actions? I said George needs to go over his research again to make sure he didn't miss anything. I would offer my assistance, if I was a friend, I would offer my assistance in helping him double check his research. And anything else he needs, just to make sure that this is the right decision for him. And then for the narrate the planned story, the first question said, how can we deepen our understanding of others' views and identify potential errors in our assumptions? What kinds of conversations help us do that? So then my response was, I used an example from the paper that we read about .com bubble. And I said, well, in the case study example, one paragraph stated the .com bubble was caused by two persistent flaws in human nature. One is our natural tendency to jump quickly to conclusions.
Yes.
Even in the face of obvious evidence that we may be wrong. The other is a tendency to be selfish and even greedy. We explore each of these human frailties in turn. And then what I put after that, I said, I know that if we keep an open mind and our eyes focused on what's more important, not what we wish things to be, we will be able to identify the errors of the research, or in the research that we partook in. And where it states selfish and greedy, that's a normal thing that we see, we hear when we learn about those high companies, those more successful companies or whatever, that they're all about work. They're all about power, because they were thinking selfishly, and they were more focused on power, which is greed. They were being greedy. But yeah, so I don't know, that was my I-PLAN framework. That's what I got. So what would you get out of that?
Okay. I think the next. Let me find. Okay. Identify key objectives. Well, the objective I identified is similar to yours. To save the integrity of the investment of George.
Yeah.
Is the objective, and then procure the essential information. Okay. I think that when you are investing in wherever business or in some business, you need to have a lot of information.
Yes.
A lot, because like you say, I understand that when we miss something just little, you can't do a big error.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Well, in this case, um, a lot of people or several people is doing well in internet, but doesn't mean that is your case too. You need to to get more information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, um, lay out the analysis. In layout the analysis, um, I think that it seems to me uh, I don't know how to explain, but check out or check or think.
Mm-hmm.
You need to take risk for be rich or for something else. But uh, in this case, I think that this guy don't don't do a good analysis. Don't make a good analysis because he lost his money.
Yeah.
Okay, the last one. A provisional course of action. Uh, I think that he one thing that um, he went to. Let me a second. Give me a second.
Okay.
It's okay. No. I think that uh, one analysis that he need to do. Yeah, no. Adopt a provisional course of action.
So what
Uh,
action?
he uh, he must to done to talk with some expert about the topic.
Yeah. I get more information from someone that's more knowledgeable in that field.
Yes, because if you are investing something like your money, you need more opinions about. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, no, it's true. I think the more people you talk to, the different, because you get different views from each person, and so gathering different information and then deciding on your own, that's a great idea. Now, trying to decide what's the more important and wise decision ultimately is on you. That's what you feel is right. Um, Sometimes doesn't end up being right, but in the moment you feel right. But all you can do is just try your best. Like in George's case, he did need to get more information, not just for him, like not just researching himself, but like you said, talking to different people. That I agree with that.
Yes, I think it's important to talk with other people that know most that you or that have the experience.
Yeah.
Yes, and what need more to do in this part? We need to
Um,
do.
well,
Well,
I don't know. I mean,
what do
I think we pretty much have it. We where it says narrate the planned story, so the end part for I plan, it just tells us we need to identify potential errors, share our vision on what needs to be accomplished, what motivating stories can we tell, those kind of things. And then, let's see,
in your own words, what do you think about the lecture, about this topic?
about this topic. Let's see. If I was George, well, that would be tough. I mean, there are times when I go, oh, I really want to spend money on that, but is it wise? I have to do my research. So in a way, I can relate, but I've learned research is important. I think for this topic, if I were the friend, I would try to be there for him and try to help him understand the possibilities. It could go like the pros and cons. It could go this way or it could go this way, good or bad. Do you want to take the chance? Is it worth it? Uh, and I'll be there for you every step of the way if you need someone, kind of thing. I would be a friend, just helping them as they make a decision on what they want to do. But I would hope that if I had the opportunity to go back in time, I would try to help him understand what could happen and maybe try to get him to change his mind so that it won't happen. Does that
Well,
make sense?
I think that, in my opinion, it's very difficult to uh, to to get successful
Mm-hmm.
in the business or in other things, but in this case, in the
Yes.
business, because you need to take risk, and you didn't know or you don't know the future. Like example, Blockbuster
Yes.
that could buy, could acquire Netflix, but they don't take Netflix, and they lost a lot of money.
Yeah. That was a poor decision, and I'm pretty sure they realize that now. Um, yeah. Well, and then there's where it talked about how when Amazon came into the picture, uh, book places started going bad. I remember when Borders was still here, I loved going there. And then when I found out about Amazon, it made it so much easier. It was cheaper, but at the same time, um, I don't know. I have there's pros and cons. Amazon is great for when you want something cheap and there to take with you, to travel with you on a Kindle. But then there's the idea of having an actual book in front of you.
Yeah.
Um, there are times when it's something that I don't know. It's just better in a way. to have an actual book, and it's better on your eyes than electronics, because we're told that computers and all that, they're really bad for your eyes if you stare at it too long. So yeah, there's pros and cons, but all in all, Amazon is an amazing company, and I hope they continue to do well, but I hope that bookstores don't all close just because of that.
Yes, but the guy or guys that start with Amazon, they didn't know that they are going to be rich,
Yeah,
or very his company increase a lot,
yeah,
but they take the risk to do his company, and in that business we need to take risk,
yeah.
but sometimes it's a good risk or it's a bad risk.
Oh yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, there have been times I've seen and heard some of my friends where they've invested, or even hearing stories of how my grandpa has helped his friends invest in things, and it didn't go as planned. It didn't turn out so well, but he still helped them out, and was there for them, even with the possibility that it could go great or it could go bad.
Mhm.
Uh, but I mean, just having a friend there is great. Or I think it's it's uplifting, and it's motivation, encouragement for having someone there to just support you, um, to just be there when you know you're making a big drastic decision and you need advice, you need a second opinion, or whatever. But yeah, I do believe in taking risks, to a point, though.
I think that for me, this class and in this part is obvious, but we need to remember not only in business, but life in general, that we need to think up before to make decisions. We need to analysis. We need to make an analysis
Yeah,
before to to make decisions.
yeah,
Wherever decision, in business or in your life or in wherever.
yes, that's true. I this I plan work is brilliant for everyday use. It's like a calendar in a way. But yeah, no, I agree.
Yes. One I I was remembering this moment. I am remembering this moment that two guys were in the country and in a camping day.
Okay.
Well, several guys, but both of them, um, one of them um, fall into a hole, a little hole, and all the other guys come around the hole, and one of them say, "Oh, I'm going to help them," and they, he jumped into the hole too. but the hole was a big, 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 big hole. The both of them died because uh, they don't believe that it is very large. I think that sometimes we take uh, we need to take risks, but with information.
Mm-hmm. Be wise
Because
about it.
if you don't have information, probably you can lose your freedom, your life, your money, your I don't know what. But a lot of things we can lose if we don't have the information or if we don't analysis the situation.
Analyze.
Analyze the
Yeah.
situation. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Sad story, but that's good. I mean, it's
But
a good
it's true. It's
example.
true. It's a true story.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Well, that is a good example of taking risks, but try to find out your information first.
Yes.
So thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, so I think that pretty much sums up our case study because we did our plan, the I plan framework, um, and we talked about what we could do, what we would do if we went back in time to help him, to try to get him to understand. So I think we're good.
Uh,
What do you
if
think?
if we came back on time and say something to George, I can understand you very well. I'm sorry.
Um, well, okay. I was just saying that we both talked about our I plan framework
Uh-huh.
for this case. Um, and now we're all done with it. We discussed on how if we were the friend and we went back in time, what would we do? How would we help him?
To
So
advise George.
the what?
To advise George.
Yes, to advise George, yeah. Um, to help him, to advise him and help him understand um, what he might be going into. So,
Oh,
so
maybe
yeah.
if okay, if I can return in time and talk with George, one of my advice to him is that they need to do a framework, uh, our plan.
Framework, yeah.
Yes, framework plan, and to analyze better his decision and to put in order all his ideas and all the little details because these are very important. The little details.
Yeah. The I mean, making a list definitely helps because then you can compare
Mhm.
and contrast, like making a list of pros and a list of cons, and then putting together a I plan framework, like you said, definitely will help. Um, that is something that would be great to recommend to him. So, yeah, I agree.
Yes, because if he if him okay
Yeah.
if George if he uh, make a analysis, and probably he doesn't have a big mistake. Probably his future will could be better.
Yes, that's true.
And what about you? What do you think?
What do I think? I agree with you. I would do the same thing. I would try to help him um, be more wise and make a list. Just try to think it over before jumping in, because that's what most people do, is they jump into things. Um, I think it's when they jump into things, it's because they're just so hyped. They're so excited about the possibility, the the possibility that it could turn out good, um, and they don't focus on the possibility that it could be bad because they don't want to. So then they jump into it and then later regret it. So helping them understand, like George, helping him understand and go about it in a different way than he did the first time. Um, yeah, I like that. I like what you said.
Yes. Um, imagine if we can return in that time and make better decisions.
Yeah, not
Pro-
even not just for maybe
Probably
for ourselves too.
yes, for yourself.
Hmm.
To,
No,
to
that would be
better,
great.
we need to do analysis better,
Analyze.
analyze
Yeah,
to analyze better
you're
our,
learning.
thank you, our future.
Yes. Yeah. Um, no, I would definitely love to go back in time sometimes to change things. Um, but of course, we can't always dwell on the, oh, I could have done this. All we can do is look forward in our case, because we can't try time travel. But if we could.
But it's a good um, ah, I don't know how do you say this in English, but it's a good uh,
Idea?
idea to analyze before, because
Mm-hmm.
if you want to remember, no, if you want to return on time, you change several things because you never analyze.
Yes.
But now we are taking decisions, making decisions, and we need to analyze too. If you don't want to feel bad or to have a lot of mistakes or big mistakes,
Regrets? Yeah.
regrets, we need to analyze or to yes, we need to analyze in this moment our decisions.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Look, definitely. Um, start now and plan for the future, like you said earlier about the future. Um, taking taking what we're learning in this class and using it for everyday use from here on out. That's a good idea. Just so that we're securing our own futures, um, making it better. And even if we run into bumps, we still have that to we can rearrange it to another goal. that might be even better than that one, because in time things change, so you just improve from there, but you have the basic framework to go off of.
It's a good tool to the framework.
Yeah, it's a good tool to use, just in everyday use. The iPlan, just to keep your life organized, to set goals. I think it's a good tool.
Yes, it's a good tool when you need to make a whatever decision, but a big decision to, like, buying a house, or choose a career, or choose a boyfriend or girlfriend.
That's a small decision. Well, it can be a big. It depends, but yeah, that's true.
I am a little sick.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's the time of year.
Yes, the time of year, and I get fluents. I don't know how they say in English.
You get
Flu. I
the
get
flu?
flu. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. The flu's no fun. I've
Well,
been avoiding it. I get allergies like 3 times a year. Sometimes it starts out as allergies and then it'll go into a cold or a flu, but it's very rare. And I've been trying different things to avoid it, and I've been doing better. On rainy days, occasionally I'll get like a scratchy throat or whatever, but I just keep up on my the emergency packs and essential oils, and I'm good.
I need to learn about you because
Yeah.
I get the flu.
Hmm.
I get sick. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, we finish now with the topic.
Yes, we're finished with the topic.
Okay. Uh, I need to ask you for a favor,
Okay.
but it's about our class, because I don't know how to put the homework. Okay, but
Oh, this?
yes, but when af after we finish, I'm going to call you again. It's okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, no problem. All right. Bye.
Okay, bye.